We've brought with us more than 100 business people. And the good thing is that this visit has been more focused on the economy, as well as advancing our diplomatic, as well as political relations with Saudi Arabia. But the economic side and the business side have really underpinned the real substance of this visit. We had extensive discussions with His Royal Highness the Crown Prince last night, and we had a very good summit which involved all our ministers, and we covered a great deal of ground. The fact that we signed up to 17 MOUs testifies to the real great success that we have achieved here, because having started in 2018 with a commitment by Saudi Arabia to invest $10 billion into the South African economy, that in many ways was planting the seed. And that seed has been germinating, and thus far $1 billion has been invested in South Africa through a company called Aqua Power and Renewable Energy. And we are now going to be seeing more of those billions that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is very keen to invest in South Africa, beginning to flow, underpinned by these 17 MOUs that we have signed. And of course, between 2018 and now, COVID intervened and stalled and delayed everything. We're now going to see everything gathering pace and momentum. They are very serious business people, both private sector owned businesses as well as public sector owned businesses are very serious. They are action oriented, they are outcomes oriented, they want to see implementation. And the Crown Prince and myself have committed that we are going to be monitoring the implementation of all this. And as Minister Patel said, the areas span right across, from maritime to food security to agriculture to ICT to logistics, to also setting up a joint investment fund. Just demonstrates the seriousness with which Saudi Arabia is approaching the relationship between South Africa and this kingdom. They see us as a gateway, South Africa as a gateway into the African continent, but Sub-Saharan Africa. And we also see Saudi Arabia as a gateway into this market in the Middle East. And already a number of South African companies are operating here. We already have a number of very skilled South Africans who are operating here. And already a number of our goods and products are beginning to proliferate here in this market. And in a little while, we are going to go to the Lulu market to go and see the extent to which South African markets made in South Africa by South African workers are already present here. So the future looks really great and bright for South Africa in its partnership with Saudi Arabia in all areas, defense, military, and you name it. We're going to see great progress. They are highly ambitious. They are building a new city, and a city which will also involve a lot of South African intellectual property involvement and construction involvement. And those great ambitions rub on us because they have a lot of capital. They have a lot of ambition to invest and grow their capital base. And so we become a very attractive market and place for them to be partners. And the solid relationship that exists between our two countries is a good springboard on which to be able to base the great success that we we hope to achieve. So we're very happy. I think we go home not empty-handed. Already during the business forum, business people were able, and Saudi business people were able to craft agreements that will amount to about $15 billion both ways in terms of the dealings that they have crafted. And so I'm looking at easily quite a lot of billions of dollars being invested also in our economy. And they will also be participating in our investment conference next year. So I think we are on a good roll in terms of our relationship with Saudi Arabia, which is based on really solid economic parameters. And that, for me, behoves well for a future that will be a good one for all our peoples. Thank you very much.
I'm a king, yes, I'm a king, I think I'm a king,